Hey, I'm Chris Mance, and I did the September 2015 NAILPRO cover.
Welcome to Behind the Nail Pros. I'm Stephanie Lavery. The theme for this cover and color story was Bohemian Chic, and you kind of brought that idea to us. Tell us what made you come up with that idea.
Well, being from South Africa, I have a lot of family and friends in the Southern Hemisphere, so I usually luck out being able to see them on social media, the newest trends that they're doing there in the opposite season. So since they were in fall when we were thinking about shooting something, I thought that, it's a big trend and a lot of people are doing it, so that's really where the idea came from.
So tell us a little bit about how you began. I know that you had to extend the model's nails.
Yeah, what we wanted to do was really have like a natural, kind of a shorter look, not so crazy long, something more natural looking. So what I used was a natural looking free edge gel, something that we can create an extension where it still looks like a natural nail's grown out. And then what we did is we applied a nude over it so you could still see that natural color. So after extending the nails with the natural color, what we did is we started playing around with doing some color print on some nails and then leaving some neutral and then playing with a lot of different embellishments and stones.
Do you have any tips for when working with that natural color for the free edge?
So when you're using a color that looks like the natural free edge to extend the nail, it's really nice because you can fake a smile line. So you can kind of even out the smile line if you see that one side goes lower than the other side. So it's actually really perfect for people that have natural long nails who like to leave them clear, and you'll be able to extend that one nail and really perfect their smile lines and make them look natural, but perfect at the end of the day.
And when you did a sheer color over it, it actually looks like the natural nail.
Exactly, yeah. It was such a great thing to play with by leaving them natural looking, but throwing that kind of soft sheer nude over it to give it a little bit of color, but then that natural nail popping through like with that bohemian kind of, natural look.
One of the nails you did used sort of a watercolor patterned effect with multiple tones. How did you create that nail?
Well, I was thinking about doing something that looks similar to kind of the bracelets, lots of different colors and fabrics and materials. So what we did is we applied a thin coat of that same nude and then applying the kind of crimson color and then the deep emerald color, a little bit of white and turquoise in random kind of lines. And then all I did is stroking them back and forth, blending them together, creating that fun little watercolor looking pattern.
What's the best way to apply the different enhancements, whether it's a stone or something larger?
Something that I love to do, and I do this a lot in my salon, is embellishments, is to place these different items, may it be embellishments, metal pieces, or stones, into a layer of a building gel. That way the gel will kind of flood up on the sides of it without covering the entire nail so you don't lose that dimension and that shine that you get from it. And then all you have to do, which I didn't do here in the shoot today because we wanted to really make sure that those stones popped out. But what you want to do for it in the salon to make it last longer is just go back afterwards with a little bit of clear and just go around the perimeter on the sides to make sure there's nothing that can get caught.
Also, our viewers might notice that there was a ring that really matched exactly one of the enhancements on the nail. You created that yourself. How did you do that?
So when we first came up with the idea about the cover, I knew that it was all about, bracelets and jewelry and rings. That's so bohemian. So I really wanted to incorporate that kind of accessory into the design. And all I did is go to a jewelry supply store and buy an adjustable ring band. And then all we did was use a little bit of acrylic to attach that to the ring. And then I just played around and connected a chain to the nail and spiced it up a bit.
Because this was a color shoot, we did a number of different looks with different colors from the fall collections. What was your favorite?
I have to say my favorite out of all of it was that kind of deep red, purpley color that we used. I think it really popped and it really throws that fall kind of look while still being bright and colorful. And it's such a good contrast against metal colors, which is really popular in bohemian style.
You're sort of known for your jewelry nails. Can you give us any tips on placement of embellishments?
I think what's really fun with nail art designs using embellishments is that we can really go out of the ordinary. And one thing that you should do is when you look at a set of nails, where you think the design or the embellishment should go, think the complete opposite. Do something completely random. Instead of putting it by the base of the nail, put it at the tip. Or if instead of putting it on the ring finger, throw it on the index or just the middle finger to just throw people off, to see a little bit something different that you're not used to.
Bohemian is a style that we've seen before. But this year, it has sort of a new iteration. Tell us what you're seeing in terms of the polishes.
What I've noticed a lot recently in the polishes coming out for fall is that it's no longer just those neutral flat tones, but they're really bringing out the jewel tones, the metallics, the shimmers, really kind of working on that metallic kind of accessory feel and bringing that out in the polishes. So you'll notice a lot of the colors that we use today has that kind of shimmer, glimmer, jewel kind of feel to it, which is really fun and different and a new aspect to the whole bohemian feel.
Do you have any tips for applying shimmery polishes?
I think the best thing to do with the shimmer polish is to try and get a pretty solid coat on your first layer. Don't worry too much about the streaks, because on your second coat, do it super, super thin, and you'll notice that there'll be no lines if you do the second coat super thin, and then it's a lot easier than a lot of people think.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. It was so nice to have you here. You did a beautiful job. Your nails were exactly what I was hoping for and exactly what I was imagining for this cover. Thank you again. It was really wonderful to have you.
Thank you so much. It was totally a blast.